Hello, YouTube. It's your boy Nathan coming here to do another recap video. Today we are talking 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way, Season 7, Episode 11, Kicking the Ant's Nest. So we're just going to get on into it. Yeah, the first couple I want to talk is freaking Anthony and Manon. Y'all, I am so sick of Manon. I am sick of her. Last time we saw them, remember, she got into it with her family over who said what at their son's baptism party. She said in this episode that everybody's cool right now. There's still tension, but everybody's cool right now. Everybody's talked and everybody's cordial, basically. So basically, but now since Anthony and Manon live at the parents' house, now she's eager to move out of the house. So they decided to finally go house hunting, and they actually have a house that they're going to be being seen. That's pretty nice for the most part. Manon says that this is actually her dream house in France. On their way to the house, Anthony was just like telling Manon, just weighing out some options. We could still rent and everything. We can even buy an apartment too. There's also other options other than this. While he was saying all of that, Manon just went crazy. She's like, I don't want to rent. I don't want to rent and everything. I want to buy a house and everything. And then she just starts pouting like a kid and just going crazy and stuff and everything. And he's like, oh, that's an option. And he said, well, it is an option. And then she was just like, well, it's an option for you. Go live in the apartment. I'll go get the house by myself. Just let me out right now and everything. I'm just like, oh my God, stop with the theatrics, please. And everything. She has no reason to be acting the way she be acting. And I'm sorry. And, we've been, a lot of us been defending her because, we understand her insecurities and stuff and everything. And we try to work with her and try to build her up that way. But there's just sometimes it's just hard to with her because she really has a short fuse and everything. So they ended up arguing over that, but they get to the house and everything. The real estate agent asked if you wanted to do this in French or English, and he decided to do it in English and everything. They showed the house. The house was pretty nice. I mean, just a couple little decoration things that weren't my taste, but for the most part, it was nice. The bathroom was really nice and everything, and it was spacious and stuff and everything. And then they had a great backyard and a pool and everything. And Manon was just like, this is the happiest I ever seen Manon. She was just like, oh, this is so big. I can run around. We could be naked out here and everything. I'm just like, Manon, ain't nobody want to try to see you naked. Ain't nobody really looking to see you naked. No offense. Just saying. But she was just so happy about that and everything. And Anthony liked it as well and everything. But yeah, this was the happiest I've ever seen her after just like flipping out and everything. So they talked to the guy and they tried to talk some numbers. Basically, the house is like $420,000 American. It's like 350 in euros or whatever. But so that's like 420,000 American. I guess 25% of that is knocked off because I guess there's like a problem with the roof, and so they don't have to pay like the full 420,000, and I think like they get like some kind of discount for the down payment or whatever, but they still haven't gone to the bank and get a loan and stuff. But Manon says that she doesn't have any debt or anything, and she still has to, but they still have to go get qualified and everything and stuff. But, they said that they'll basically look into that. So on their way back, and they're still, Anthony and Manon, Anthony's like more into it now. But the thing is that his issue is that neither one of us are working. He did say that there's an improvement from when they got to France from LA to where it is now. But since he's not working, we still need a steady income. And on top of that, once again, you need to be closer to your son. Hello, she does. She needs to really be closer to her son. So, there's just a lot of back and forth. To this day, I still just don't get her. I don't get like what she's complaining about. Like she's just all over the place, and it's really hard to keep up because like one minute she's happy here, doesn't want to go back. Next minute she's not happy and wants to go back to LA. Like, like what is it? Does she want to move out? Does she want to get her own place? Does she not? You know, like what exactly does she want? She really doesn't know what she wants. And then she's gonna yell at Anthony. He's like, "No, I always do everything for you. I do everything for you." And I'm like, "You don't do nothing for him. He's doing everything for you. So stop lying." Everything. So because I can see it. Like he moved to France for her. He's doing all of this stuff for her and everything. She's gonna say, "Oh, I do everything for you," and everything. No, he's doing everything for you. So don't even try that. Don't even try that, Manon. Like I said, I'm over it with her. I'm really over it with her. So that was Anthony Manon. Next couple I want to talk is something I'm kind of over to is Jenny and Submit. So Jenny and Submit, remember last week, had their grand opening for their little family cafe last week. And remember, they gave out free samples or free plates, basically, to people and everything, and they make no profit, and Jenny was so mad about it. Now, in this cafe, Jenny's responsibility is to do the coffee, basically. And last week's episode, Submit's sister-in-law, Cherie, taught her how to use this little cappuccino machine or whatever. So in this episode, Jenny and Submit's family cafe is officially open, and now they're trying to make a profit and stuff and everything. Along comes a customer. He just wants a little cup of coffee, a little cappuccino from Jenny. And Jenny was struggling to get that thing working. Nothing was coming out. She's just like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And she even told the customer, I never done this before. Red flag right there. You don't tell a customer that I never done this before. And then the customer was like, "Well, I do got to go pretty soon." So then Jenny is still trying to get the machine working and everything. And then so she calls out Submit's dad. She's like, "Papa, come help, come help." Papa comes out and just like, "Jenny, the machine is unplugged. It's not even plugged in." Come on, Jenny. Like, come on, Jenny. I defended Jenny so much and everything, but now I'm just like, come on, Jenny. And you're not, I know she's tired and just doesn't care and just wants to sit and relax. But she's not doing really much to like help herself in India, basically, and everything. A lot of people call her useless and everything. And yeah, this was like, she was just dying to make this cappuccino. This was like her thing, this or the spaghetti. And she couldn't even realize to plug it in. Like, come on, Jenny. Come on. So then the customer was just like, so she gets it working, but then the customer was like, just screw it. I gotta go. Bye. And everything. And so Submit is mad. He's like, "You just lost our first customer." And she's like, "Well, I could go home." I could go home. I'm just like, "Well, then go home. Just go home, Jenny. Just go home. If you're going to be acting like that and useless and have a terrible attitude about it all, just go. Just go." But Submit's just like, "Oh, well, the family is finally getting along. We don't want no problems and stuff." Well, you can't mix your family problems into your business, your personal problems with business. You just can't do that. So they're gonna have to really figure it out and everything. Judging by the previews of next week, that one dude that was criticizing Submit prior to opening the restaurant will be there, and he's gonna have a lot of negative things to say about it. And I can't wait for him to roast this cafe, basically, because realistically, I don't think any of them, from Jenny to the mom and dad and everything, to Submit, I don't think none of them really know what the heck they're doing. And I guess rumor has it that we tried to look up their cafe in India, their little family cafe. It doesn't even exist. So clearly it didn't even last long. So, yeah. So, yeah, but that was Jenny and Submit. Useless. Next couple I want to talk is freaking Chloe and Johnny. So, you remember a couple weeks ago when Chloe's mom arrived to Aruba, she said that she was cutting off Chloe financially with everything. This episode, Chloe and her mom and Johnny go out to dinner and everything, and Johnny asked them how what happened when they went car shopping, basically, and they said it was not good. They couldn't. It was more expensive than what you initially told us and what we thought and everything. We really got nowhere with it, basically. So Chloe's mom is just telling her, trying to tell Chloe and Johnny like they need to really develop a plan on how they're going to really make this work, basically. And she said like getting what's the process of getting your work permit, basically. And Johnny says like it's a lot of paperwork, and there's like a $60 fee with it as well, and it's just they have to do so much extra paperwork, I guess, like we do, in order for them to get all the documents that they need to stay there and everything. So then that just leads to Chloe and her mom getting stiffy with each other. And that's another thing. I'm tired of Chloe disrespecting her mother. Her mother has paid for Chloe so much and everything. Chloe's just being, well, don't act like you haven't done this, and that. Don't act like this is so easy and this, and that, and everything. It's not something you can just do overnight and all that. I'm like, Chloe, shut up. Shut up. Stop. First things first, stop talking to your mother like that. Your mother took time out her busy schedule to come visit yourself down in Aruba and everything, and everything. You just mad because she cutting you off and trying to make you act like an adult. So I'm tired of these people just being snobbish and being just selfish, and then act like their stuff don't stink and everything, like the disrespect. you know I y'all couldn't live in the way certain people live in, like in the poverty level and stuff. Kind of it's like that in Aruba, but living in America and everything, you wouldn't survive in poverty, girl. And the American poverty. I don't know how you're only doing it down in Aruba just because you want to live by the beach and everything. So, speaking of which, her mom said, I have one other way that I might be able to support both of you, actually. And that is if you guys move to Boston. Johnny ain't gonna want to move to Boston. I guess he's been to Boston to visit a few times, but he ain't gonna want to move to Boston and everything. And I don't really think that Chloe is really wanting to give up her mom's like financial support, basically, and everything. So yeah, Chloe just needs to, one, quit talking like that to your mom. I know you grown and stuff and everything, but that's still your mother. Quit arguing with your mother like that on camera, basically, and telling her quit acting like this and that. No, you quit acting like that. Get the heck on out of here. Anyway, I'm getting off, and this episode kind of riled me up a little bit. I'm just tired of the aggressiveness, tired of the stuck upness and selfishness. Last couple I want to talk is Patia and Dylan. So Patia and Dylan, they go out on a night around town. They go to like a local Irish pub, and they meet up with Dylan's like stepbrother and friend, whatever, and everything. And have a conversation and stuff and everything, and just talking about the 12-year relationship with no ring, and then the wrong ring they had, he took it back and stuff and everything. So then Dylan actually decides to do something kind of soothing. He excuses himself from the table and says he was going to the bathroom, but he really goes up on stage and gets his guitar and plays a song that he written for Patia, saying, I gave you a ring and I take it back. I'm so sorry that I did that, or something like that, and everything. It was a cute little serenade song. It was cute. It was cute. Because remember, Dylan was on the Australian version of America's Got Talent. So Australians Got Talent. So let's not forget that. So he has some talent and stuff and everything. So later, we see, after that scene, we later seen the stepbrother, Dylan, Patia, and Dylan's mom again. Now remember, Patia and Dylan's mom have been have been like didn't really get along and stuff and everything, because I guess Dylan had said to Patia that my mom wants me to be with somebody younger, this, and that, and everything. And Patia was just like, I don't want to see your mom again, this, and that, or whatever, because she's always gonna be doing that. Well, they actually had that conversation. Like Patia did confront Dylan's mom about that, and Dylan's mom actually denied ever saying that and everything. And she said she's never said that. And so everybody's just looking at Dylan. I'm like, did you tell your mom that? So why did you say that? Dylan said, I don't remember, but I might have said it just out of anger if we were fighting or something like that. And I'm like, that's just not something you do, bro. Come on, man. And so the producers even called him out on it. He was just like, did you tell your mom that, tell Patia that your mom said that she didn't want her to be with her, she wanted to be with somebody younger or whatever? And he puts a little grin on his face and said, I might have, but I don't remember. Yeah, you don't remember. Just lying. You're drawing a wrench between your mother and your girlfriend, fiance, whatever the heck she is, because you've been together 12 years and had a ring and then took it back and everything. So Patia's like, I don't want to be with somebody who's like that. But again, my thing is, and I was watching Pillow Talk, Miss Debbie made a valid point. Somebody is lying, though. I think like there is some kind of the sneakiness of smack talk between Dylan and his mother. Maybe is not as bad as Patia thought it would be with the mother and everything, but I do think there's still a little bit of smack talk going on there. So the question is that originally Patia had issues with Dylan talking to his mom so much on the phone, and he asked, "Are you going to be okay with me talking on the phone now?" She's like, "Yes, I'm okay with you talking on the phone. There's not going to be no problems. I don't mind now. We're cool. You can talk to your mom as long as you when and whenever you want. No problem with it now." Yeah, we'll see how far that lasts. We shall see how far that lasts. So yeah, that was Patia and Dylan. We did not see Luke and Madeline or Greta and Matthew in this episode. We'll see Luke and Madeline next week. I guess Luke is going to be buying Madeline a dog to try to buy her love back and everything. And I'm just like, bro, go home. Just go home. Madeline don't want you. Madeline ain't trying. She ain't trying. So yeah. But anyway, that is the end of my review. Yeah, I went off a little bit and on, and Chloe. There's just stuff like that just really irks my soul. Just people acting that way and have no reason to act like that and stuff. Everybody's just trying to help. Everyone thinks they're smart and they got it all figured out. If you got it all figured out, why you're in that position anyway? Just saying, there's no problem with asking for help. And that's just my opinion. So anyway, guys, that is the end of my review again. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be back on Thursday and Friday or Saturday to recap the last 2 episodes of Married at First Sight, Reunion, and Decision Day. So we're going to have a lot to talk about with that. And then we'll be back for Happily Ever After Part 3 of the Tell All. So until then, y'all stay safe and have a good one. Bye, y'all.